on it October 2nd, if that so happens. And I hope that you'll think about those things before you go into the box. But I won't shy away from it. Mr. Hurley, you can throw something at me if I say something wrong here. I know the pool has been a bone of contention for some people in the community, and again, because we're a democracy, everybody has their right to voice that opinion, so be it. I'll voice my opinion for our students. It's not a community pool. That doesn't mean our community members don't use it and enjoy it, but it's in fact a high school pool. And yes, our team will have to sacrifice. We're not going to lose our team. I've been in talks with some other facilities already, because if it does in fact happen, I don't want to wait until it happens to start getting information. So preliminarily, I have reached out to some of my colleagues who have pools. Lyndhurst has gotten back to us, and they have seemed very receptive, and they are one of our closest friendly rivals to us being able to work with them and getting some prime time swimming time in their water. To the members of the community, they have said, if the pool does follow the course and does close, they'd be willing to extend an olive branch to the residents of our town to extend their programs to our community members as well. So I understand it's not right down the block. That's, I guess, 2 or so miles away. The new facility is 1-point-something miles away for the YMCA. So there are some options. Our swim team is going to face some new challenges if that does happen, but rest assured we'll be doing everything. I don't anticipate our program folding becoming. For me, it's, I have more work to do because of it. If the facility changes, I believe probably my office may get gobbled up. So I probably have the best voice to say, nah, don't vote that thing in. But that would be selfish. I'll be able to move. I'll find a new office. So I'll be able to work with the teams to get us places. But for the 800 students in our school, the percentage of students that are going to benefit by a smaller percentage of our kids that suffer is not the word, that are going to have to adjust is, it's a win in terms of if that were to happen. So I think I've mentally covered all my points, and I hope I stated it clearly. Again, the choice is going to be the members of the public, but I just wanted to give you a perspective from the athletic director and the phys ed supervisor who's going to be utilizing these facilities potentially, or having to adjust or, accommodate for our students in order to make this the best possible situation moving forward. Thank you. And last but not least, he almost forgot something. As a student athlete, Dan Sullivan and Andrew DeCesar are going to be recognized Rutherford High School representatives as our conference, North Jersey Interscholastic Conference scholar athletes. They'll be recognized at the back end of May at the Chart House. So again, some things have happened athletically, and he may be too shy to say it. So I'm going on record to say he's one of our recipients.
I don't know. I don't want to put you on the spot, David. Does any board member have a question for Mr. Frazier while he's here? Anybody?
First of all, thank you for the presentation. It was very informative and helpful. I know we've received a number of emails from community members and specifically about the pool, but also about field space. And one of the things that was recently talked about in a strategic planning and communication meeting, or one question that a board member had, was really about the kitchen. So this is, just bear with me for a second, I'll get there. And so in a lot of the alternative plans and things that were proposed, there wasn't another viable Rutherford school besides the high school in which to house the kitchen. And at the past meeting, Mr. Hurley and Mr. Kelly talked about the benefit of having a kitchen. Our understanding is that in order to keep the pool, build a two-story building, you would then need to have a kitchen. The kitchen would require approximately 15 to 20% impact to the field. And so my question for you would be, what do you see, if there is a 15 to 20% impact on the field, what does that do to sports as you see it?
Thank you. So, right now, when you're leaving, if you have a chance to look at where the backfield is, towards where the pool is currently, moving out onto the field for about a 20% increase makes it a much less usable facility for any athletic events, any games, and for physical education. Now we're going to have a structure rather than being offset, behind where it is now, will now extend onto the field. So we will, losing that space by even 10 or 15% would not be ideal, at least if you're going to have that facility turfed. So I believe I answered your question. Again, extending the building out, moving into the space into the field is, in my opinion, for health phys ed and for athletics back there, not ideal by any means.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Mr. Frazier. I also, Dr. Alati mentioned the Strategic Planning and Communications Committee. And Dr. Racine is the chair of that committee. And normally